Okay, so now coming to the text file homework, I think it's a much easier if you had gone through the notes of this. I have given you some sample programs, right? So the sample program starts with there is a character model, there is a word model, and there is a lines model. And in general, avoid using read line, use only read or read lines as the need may be. Right. So coming to the first question here, you have first identify which model your program falls in, then you just follow the template and you can do this homework. So show words, read the entire content and display the entire content in capital letters. It's going to be actually very easy because it is only involving characters, right? So I can just say, I will show you the text here. This is my text file. I have taken the same example for all the 5 programs. I love India. Yellow is my favorite color. Red roses. Okay, I am a tutor. Now everything should come in, should be displayed in. There is nothing to change in the file. Should be displayed in capital letter. So let's start here. We will first step in any, there's nothing to import in a text file. So you can directly go to F is equal to open. In the exam, you can just say notes.txt, right? But for me, because my file is stored here, I'm going to use t:/pavitra /input.txt. Okay, and I have to put a read mode. If I don't give it, by default, it is read mode only. Able to see this. So once I open the file, I'm going to say x is equal to f dot read. Even without reading, it is working. We have seen that it is only there for from the examination point of view. So once you open the file itself, you can start getting the characters and print it directly also. But yes, x is equal to f dot read. It's going to be a complete string. The return type of read is a string. Now I'm going to only display. So print x dot to upper. Hope it will work. So that's all. You read the file and you print it, and I will do a f dot close. Hope this works. Let's say this is homework 1. Oh, it's just upper, I think. Yes, the function name is only upper. Okay. Yeah, I think it has come beautifully here, right? So it's a very, very straightforward and simple program. So I think this is done. So let's go back to the next question. So the next question is, let's close this off. I don't want this anymore. Okay, so the next question is going to be count the number of me and my words. Again, an easy question. Let me just copy this so that I don't have to type the file name again and again. So let me take my new file. So again, look at the question carefully and see if they're asking anything related to lines here. There is nothing, characters is not there. Counting the total number of words in a text file. It is not the words in a particular line. So you can just use the read function itself. So then I'm going to split it because I need the words here. So I will just say words is equal to x dot split. So now all the words like I, love, Python, everything will come as separate words here. And for each word in words, there is no need to use a range here. If word in me, comma, my. So depending on the question, because it's a 3-mark question and most probably you have a choice here. So choose your question wisely. The only thing that will change in a text file is only the if condition. So you can also do an equal to because there are only 2 characters here, right? So 2 words here. So word is equal to me or word is equal to my. You can do that also. So you're checking it here. And if it is there, then you're going to count it. Okay. So for that, I need to put a count. So let me have a count here. Count is equal to initially 0. So if at all it comes here, I'm going to count it. And let's print it now. So print. That's all. They've not given a format. So count is equal to. Usually they will tell you what to print and how to, number of occurrences of me, number of occurrences of my. If that is the case, we have to do it in 2 separate variables, but they have not given any syntax here. So I will directly do this here. So I'll put a count here. Will this work? So is there any me or my in my file? Let me check. My is here, but it's not a capital letter. Me. Let me change this to my. Okay, let's do this. So depending on your logic, because the question is very vague, they have not given clearly whether you have to include, whether you have to ignore case, nothing is given. So we will only assume that we are going to check exactly for matches of me and my. Let me run this. This is your homework 2 question. Is it giving an error? Yes, I've given only 2 words. It has counted both the words for me. It has not counted the other words, right? Shall we move ahead quickly? Then you have, there is an or choice, okay? To display those lines which begin with the word you. Again, this is a lines model question, right? So you have to also know this model. Pretty straightforward programs for 3 marks, I would say. So you have to, so any line beginning with the word you, first let me change it here. Let's change it here. Okay, so now let's have this. I'm going to copy paste the same program, but I don't need all the content. So I've taken this. Let me, let's go back to the question once again. To read a text file and display those lines. Okay, display the lines, only the lines beginning with you. Okay, so now let me do a read lines. I will not use a read line because again and again, if I get inside the file, I will not know when the file is going to end. So that is the case where we use binary file, we use try catch and do the program. Same thing we have to do for text file also. So, or we have to break to avoid all that confusion. When there is a choice, try to use read lines itself. So all the lines are read and put in a X list now. So now I am going to take line by line here. So let me take for each line in X. X is going to be a list of lines for me now. Now I have got my first line. I am going to now split it first. So words is equal to line dot split. Now words is going to have, let's say if my first line is I love Python. So I will have I love Python in my words. Now what is my objective? To check if my first word is you. So if words of 0 is equal to you, right? If this is true, then print line. Very, very straightforward question. There is nothing else to it. It's just a simple program for 3 marks. This is asked in, I think, or choice. So it should be your 2024 sample question paper, right? So you have you read it as a line, you split it and you're checking. Let's check if we get the answer for this question. Have we missed anything? There is a chance. It's nice if they give you the laptop while you're doing your exam, right? So it's easy to check the programs also. Yes, you are cool. The only line which had you is printed for us in the screen. Now, write a function vowel count that counts and displays the number of vowels. So this is another very easy program. So one they have given in a line model, one they have asked in a character model. So again, we'll copy this. This will be your 4th question. If you complete all these models, right, it means that you have done for your text files once and for all. So you have input.text, same thing. Now it's characters, right? I have to count the number of vowels. Okay, so let me do a read and let me have a count is equal to 0. For each character in X, if the easy feature, right? If CH in AEIOU or capital EIOU. That's it. Very straightforward in Python. If it is a vowel, then you have to just count. So, but then last question also I missed it. They have given you use a function. So after you open a file, maybe you can start from here. Def vowel count. I'll do it for this function because I think for 3 marks, they will expect you to write a function. When they say function, you have to write a function. File pointer can be global. So displays the number of vowels. That's it. So you have to just display. Print number of vowels is equal to comma count. So let's check the indentation once again because we changed it. I think I will close the file also here. In that, I can close it here itself, right? Because once I'm reading everything, I don't have to have the file open any longer. This is my homework 4. Okay. Is there an error? Just not. Okay, I didn't call the function. Sorry. So now this is the problem here, right? I have to call this function. So let me call this function here. Okay. Run. Okay, I didn't count it, but it should be there because it's counting and giving you the number of vowels in the file. It's a big file, so it is quite possible. I hope the program is correct only, right? So we will move on to the next question. So here it's also again a very interesting question. So this was asked in compartment paper, I believe. Function reverse string, they've given you exactly. So this is how a board exam paper will be, where they will clearly give you the example and clearly give you the output to be printed also. So read a text file and print the word starting with O in reverse order. Rest of the content is displayed normally. Okay. So let's come here. Or do we have words starting with O? Let's take this. Orange is my favorite color. Red roses. Okay, so I have starting with capital O only they have given. So let's do the capital O here. So this should not be changed, whereas this should be changed is what I'm trying. Okay. So words starting with O should get printed in orange alone, should get printed in reverse order. The rest of the things should be in the same order. Fine. So we are bothered only about the words. So we have to come to the words model here. Let's start with the words model. We'll copy paste some program here. Okay. I don't want this program. Anyway, let me copy this. Okay, so let's take this. So I have function reverse string. So let me also use functions. Let's practice to use functions. Reverse string. And I'm going to, because I'm forgetting, so I'm just writing it first itself. You'll have a lot of time. Use your rough work page, use your backside last page of your booklet. I don't think you're going to go beyond your answer booklet for computer science. So roughly write the program and see if that is the good logic to get the answer. And if you have any doubt, scribble there, find out the best logic. I don't think it will be required for computer science because programs will be what you have already studied only. They will not ask you anything much new, but nevertheless, if at all there is one program which is difficult for you, you can always use the time to work it out and do it. Let me close these files because too many open files will slow down the program execution also. Okay. I hope you're all referring to this answers that I'm uploading for you. So, okay. So x is equal to f dot read. I have read the entire file here. Now I have to split them into words. So let's say words is equal to x dot split. So for each word in words, taking it word by word, if word of 0 is equal to O. Very, very straightforward question, right? If it is capital O, then print word of colon -1, right? We have studied the slicing. Else print the word itself. That's it. Again, here end is equal to space. Here also print word, comma, end is equal to space. Because if you look at the output, they are printed it in the same line. Did I do it correctly? Did I miss anything here? So now I'm calling this function. I'm reading it. I'm splitting it into words. I'm checking if the first letter is a capital O. If so, I'm reversing and printing it. Else, I am printing it normally. We hope this should be okay. This is a homework file. Indent of something is wrong. Yellow is my favorite. Oh, I didn't save it, is it? It's coming as. So let me check once again. See, orange is alone reversed and printed, and you can see that one tutor. That capital O alone has changed, the small o has not changed. That's all. This is what they have asked you to do in the question there, right? So come back to the last question. This is, I've given you as the choice given in the exam itself. So it's easier for you to also look at it. I think this is also additional practice paper question. The first question is, it's read from a text file and displays the count of letter E. I don't think I have to show you this because it's very, very easy. Count of the letter E in each line. So it's going to be a straightforward question only. So you can just say same thing. F is equal to open gratitude dot test, but just put a def count here. Right? So F is equal to open gratitude dot text. So you don't even have to put the read mode. In the answer key also they have not given because read is by default. We know that. And now they're asking you to display the count of letter E. So first let's read it. In the answer key they are given as given with read lines. It is not required. You can just say X is equal to F dot read. Now they have also used a count function. We can also use the same thing. You can just say count is equal to X dot count of E. This is going to give you the number of times that E is coming in your line, and you can just print. Oh no, we have to do it because in each line they have asked. So I'm sorry. Then we have to read it by line only. Look at the question. I'm looking at the output just now. So it is do this itself. So next one is start with I, read a fix file, display line starting with I. So this line starting with I is very similar to your program that we did before. So we'll finish it off quickly because it is a line by line program. So file, new file, it's easier to write than type than write. Okay, yes. So first is your first line I'm copying. I open the file and I want to count the number of letter E in each line. I have to print it as line number and then the number of, then the count, right? So I have to do two things here. It's a nice question here. So F is equal to open. Now I'm going to say X is equal to F dot read lines. So all the lines are here with me. Now, first for each line in X, I need two things. I need a line count is equal to, I'm starting with line count as 1. And I'm going to put a count as 0. Line count is equal to end 1, 0. Right? So line count, because they are starting the line count with 1. So for line in X, count is equal to line dot count of. So this is going to give me the number of E in that particular line. Then I'm going to print line. Instead of 1, I'm going to print the line count, comma. I'm going to print a colon, comma. I'm going to print the count. So this count I have to initialize inside, I think, count equal to 0. Because every time I don't want, but anyway, even if I don't do, I think it will be overwritten. So no problem. Let it be outside itself. Okay, so now this is done. And after I come out, I can just say line count is equal to line count plus 1. Okay, so now I think it will work line 1 and count, and then it will become line 2 for the next time. It will print the next count and it keeps going. I think this should work for me. So once I am done, I can just close my file. F dot close. Let's run this. So this is a homework 6 for us. Okay, line 1, 2, 1, 3, 4 should be correct, Kana. We can go and check there. It has come in the same format as they had asked you to print it, right? So this is regarding your one question. And the last question for the day is starts with I. So starts with I is pretty straightforward question. There is nothing much. All the lines So we will just take the same program. We'll copy paste it into another. So let's take the same file, and I don't want any count. I have to display the lines, right? The question says display the lines alone. Okay. So no need for a count here. For each line, if line of 0 is equal to capital I, if it starts with I, then print the line. That's all. I hope this will work. They've given a start function, so we have to just include here as def starts with I. Think that's the function name given. I can open inside also. I think that is also better. There is no need for it to be global at this stage. It can be here, because we are not using multiple programs like a project. So I think this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. And then I have to call my starts with I. Okay. Last question. This is my homework 7. Yes, I have only 2 lines starting with I, and just printed that on the screen for me. Okay, so I'll be uploading the answers for this. Also go through them and get your text files concepts clear, right? I'll stop here.